Mail call. Wisconsin Central. This mail call is from George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man, from Minnesota. Hi, I'm Trainroomgary, and today we got mail call. And it just came in here on this Wisconsin Central made by Williams Electric Trains before Bachman bought them out. So I have several Williams on my layout. And we got a Sioux gondola car and a Sioux box car. And these are three kind of cars you'll see near George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man's house. In fact, the railroad runs right by his house, about 200 yards out front from his house. So these are kind of trains you see going by the Shade Tree Fix-It Man's house in the day, of course. Let's take a look. On the back it says here, please do not bend. Well, I got my Army knife here. Let's see if we can get through here without causing any damage. So that's kind of cool. It's got like a little flashlight on it. You press the emblem here, a little red light comes on. You can see it out of the camera. But anyways, this is the letter from George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man. Let's see what he's got. Put that back in the gondola car. And he's got here his corporate logo for the Shade Tree Fix-It Man. Isn't that nice? So I'll get a close-up of that in a few seconds here. And he writes a little note here. Dear Gary, thanks much for your sensational and fulfillment support of the channel. Okay, so thank you for watching this channel. And it's signed here, George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man. And he's got a real nice handwriting. Just picked it up down here or not, but there he is. Okay, so there's the postcard with his, he also does styrene cars or plastic cars, and he also sells them on eBay, so he's kind of into two hobbies. Plus all the stuff he does around his house, you know, they see him do welding and cutting up trees, and in fact his favorite tool, he told me one time, man has two good tools in their tool chest. Two good friends. Man's best friend is in his toolbox, and there's two of them. One, his dog, sitting next to his toolbox, and number two, a roll of duct tape. So if you have a dog and you have a duct tape, you have it made in the modeling train world. The Shade Tree Fix-It Man's official sticker from Minnesota. Thanks again. When I was down at the post office getting the stamps to mail George his swap on mail call, I came across these stamps here. It says Muscle Cars, America on the Move. So back in the day, you know, we only had American cars. We had these American muscle cars in the 60s and 70s. And on here's a whole series of them. We got GTOs, Dodges, Mustangs, Mustang GTOs. In fact, I was telling George about these because George, like I said before, he likes to build plastic cars. On the letter he sent me, he used this GTO stamp on the letter that he sent to me for my mail call. So George, I want to thank you for being a good YouTube friend and watching my videos, and I watch your stuff. And I gotta say, George, you put out some really good videos. You do a lot of different things with your videos, from fixing the snow blowers and climbing trees and trimming trees, down to your building on your HO scale railroad, and tell us about your plastic cars. So George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man, he has a really cool website. In the description to this video, I have given a link. All you gotta do is click on the link in the description and take you right to George's station or channel, and I encourage you to do so. He's one of the better guys on YouTube, and he does some fun things and kind of make his shows interesting to watch. You never know what you're going to get when you watch the Shade Tree Fix-It Man from Minnesota. So this is Trainroomgary. I'm signing off from the man cave. Mine is a man cave. It's called the Detroit and Mackinac Railway, and that's a famous route in Michigan. It's now out of business, but you know, during the heyday, they used to haul gypsum and gypsum board. They used to mine limestone in Michigan, make drywall and stuff out of that material. But the Detroit and Mackinac Railway has been most of it's been bought by CXX and the Great Lakes Railroad. I still see some of their stuff around, but it was a classic train of the day. When I was a kid, when you saw Detroit and Mackinac Railway, instead of always seeing the B&Os, it was fun to catch an eye or a glimpse of Detroit and Mackinac Railway. So George, once again, thanks, and thank you for tuning in. The rest of my subscribers and even new people, I always subscribe back. So if you subscribe to me, I'll subscribe back to you, and that's basically how I do YouTube. I enjoy making videos. My videos are mostly about the railroad in my basement, the Lionel Man Cave. So this is Trainroomgary signing off from the Lionel Man Cave in Detroit, Michigan.